is up, my fellow citizens? It's Geo here. Today we're gonna be doing a little bit of recap. I know I'm a little late, a little recapping of the whole CitizenCon event, which by the way was one of the best, to me is the best presentation convention thingy they ever have done, to me in my opinion. So G, keep up the good work. So cover some of the stuff and recap that. Talk about the Raven, of course, because I'm not gonna make a dedicated video for the Raven. I may not even, get one depending on how stuff changes. So we'll talk about that. And media bias, because that needs to be covered. Because what this game has done, and the silence that you're kind of getting, it just really boggles my mind. And I just noticed that was a constellation that took out that caterpillar like that. Huh? That'd be interesting to see that in game. To see the fight between those two. I will say that. But yeah, this was a cool clip. As you can see, I didn't even watch this whole thing because I was kind of asleep during this part of the presentation. It was too early my time. It was like, what, 7, 8 in the morning? Nothing waking me up that early except for Moolah. But moving forward, doing videos like this, I will be doing it on Twitch. So make sure you guys follow me at twitch.tv/giogetmoney. I'm gonna do it live so I can interact with you guys and talk SC and all that kind of stuff. I'll probably get more off a tangent, but that's okay. If you guys can't catch the live stream, I will upload the video from Twitch onto here, so you don't have to miss nothing and all that cool stuff. But on to the Raven and SSD drive. Now, a lot of people don't like this, and I completely understand. From the part I'm not liking that is when AMD did it, I was okay with, because it didn't mess with the whole Mustang lineup. I love the way the Mustang looks. It's a cool looking starter ship. So when they dropped the Omega for AMD, really it was just a skin, maybe, a little slight performance boost. But, it didn't take away, if you really like that shape of the ship and the design of the whole, you could still get one of the other variants. So people weren't that really pissy about it. It wasn't that much noise about it. With this ship, hell, I'm still confused right now. Is the Raven its own ship, or is it a variant of the Saber? That's what I need to know. If it's a variant of the Saber, that really sucks, because it's not going to be like how the Mustangs was. Mustangs all look the same. They just had different, functionality. This ship looks different and has its own functionality. A lot of people, including myself, love the whole of this ship. I mean, it looks freaking sexy. It's one of the Aegis ships that I feel it's not really too lazy with, like how they kind of went from Vanguard to the Saber. They kind of looked really alike. I mean, this still looks like them, but it has its own distinguished look, and I really like the way that thing performs. From what I heard, it's gonna be fast, the way it looks, and it still has the Aegis look to it. So I do want one. I was gonna buy one of these SSD drives, but I don't like that this doesn't come with LTI. That's my thing. You're gonna put 2 months on it. It's got its own hull. I don't know if it's its own ship or whatever yet. That thing needs to come with LTI. And a lot of people aren't going to be able to get it. You're going to get exclusive in this code. And if you buy it and take it back, they take it off your account. So, you're just, I don't know, with this deal, man. I mean, if that's what it takes for Intel to help sponsor a sitcon where we get this type of quality, okay, cool. And I would support it and buy an SSD, but if it ain't got no LTI, I only got 2 months. I know a lot of people, LTI doesn't mean nothing to them. For me, LTI, no buy. I make a few exclusions out of there, like the 890. I had to pick the 890 up because that was one of my dream ships. So I bend the rules for that one, and I got 4 years for that on insurance. So that'd be a long ass time. It's almost like lifetime a little bit. So that would be cool. Even 2 years on a ship, I may bend for that. But cool looking ship. From what I heard, it's nothing really game breaking or nothing like that. So if you really want one, you could steal one or buy it in the gray market, or just buy the card. If they ever do sell it, which from what I'm hearing and seeing, I don't think this ship is ever going to be sold. And for me, I got every Aegis ship. I have to find a way to get it. So I don't know. Maybe later on in the future, depending on how long they'll sell the ship with these, I may get one. I don't know. But right now, just $400 for an SSD, man. Ugh. Because I was going to buy it anyway. I remember Chris talking about it last year. I was going to buy it anyways because of the performance stuff and all that. And even later on in the future, maybe Intel may come to Chris like, hey, you know, what would be good? Because this game's obviously pushing the boundaries. What kind of stuff would we need in our next product that you would be looking for to, you know, enhance games? And that may benefit us down the line. Maybe Nvidia comes in down the road and gets some stuff and sponsor one of these events. And so all these manufacturers coming in, sponsoring Star Citizen, me, I love it because it just it makes the game look even more legit. You know, because a lot of people, oh, it's a scam. So, you know, Intel, Amazon, AMD, the other people, Spectrum with the internet, which I just seen a commercial the other day on ESPN with Chris on it. It made me smile. I'm like, yes, take that, haters, in your face. It just makes the game look more legit and people look more stupid when, oh, it's a scam, it's a ripoff. It just, I love it. More fuel to the fire. Just melt them bastards. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the Raven I want to talk about. It's cool ship, and I really want one, especially with the EMP stuff getting reworked. That'd be real interesting to see how it's going to really play its role. But it's one of the fastest in its field, so that's for sure. All right. So this was another one of my favorite parts that I was kind of mad I fell asleep on. Well, I was asleep. I didn't wake up in time for this. I didn't know it was going to be this good. Was the animation stuff. I mean, just this stuff is brilliant. I'm not really a big animation guy, so when I seen this, it just really, I'm like, wow. Because there's a lot of games where a character will talk to you like this, and it feels stupid because when you walk away, they'll be still sitting there looking in that spot, and you're walking away and looking, and it feels like the character's not really paying attention to you, just, you know, something there. The way they have this look IK, and he looks at you and knows what area you're in, it feels real, you know, immersed and stuff like that. So that was beautiful. But the other part I really liked was this right here. The animations, especially if you guys play PUBG, you guys will understand that this stuff will come in. It would come in handy. Just walking over some of the bricks, like the short bricks that are broke down in PUBG. You can't even walk over. Can't even jump over. Well, some of them you can't jump, but it's a hassle. If we had these animations of PUBG just to walk over, it's a difference between life or death situation. Like Steve Bender said, it can come down to that. If you get stuck on something, it looks stupid. You need to have stuff working, jumping, vaulting. So animations are very important. Even though people who weren't impressed with this, it needs to be A1 because it could be come in between, you know, life and death. And so you want that to be as best as possible. Stepping on all these bodies, I'm gonna be real disrespectful when I kill someone. I'm gonna just step right over and take their loot if I must, or if they come after my loot and I'm defending my ship, step over that body. But look at this. I mean, what other games are doing this? I mean, each little hole, block cylinder, or whatever that is, that was unreal. I wish I would have caught that live, but that was amazing, dude. Look at the detail. Just your feet turn, like it's twisting depending on what you step on. I mean, just really, this is, you know, just really next level. Oh gosh, that guy was Cringefest for real. Now, this is the part I woke up on. I mean, this is cool. Whatever makes the game run smoother is amazing. But for me, this was probably the best part of it, actually. Was, you know, the windshield, the cockpits, because the cockpits have this real stupid glare in them, and maybe this will actually help with it. But it looks so much better from what they had. I mean, the other one wasn't that bad, but I mean, they just really just stepped it up and went, you know, Super Saiyan. Look at that. There goes the current glass. That's the one we're using now. Then boom. I mean, just look at that pop. I mean, I didn't think the glass could look even better. That's amazing. That'd have been something I'd have been cool with if we had the current without the PBR. But hey, I think PBR helps resources in the game too, so I give you better frames and it runs better and stuff like that. So yeah, that was my favorite part about that. But that one was a little, I mean, I appreciate it, but it's a little boring for me because I don't understand it fully. But I know some people are really interested in that. I want that model so bad. Look at that Raven. Oh, I love it. Actually, it's kind of got, now that I look at it, I just thought about something. It got a little bit of the Eclipse in it, and then Saber just kind of smushed together. That's what it looks like. Yep, that's what it looks like. Now I see it. No, the genre language, I mean, this stuff, like everyone says, it's like Klingon in Star Trek. Just to learn these languages and have a linguist and have the video breakdown, that is so cool. I may try to learn some of this, some of the stuff. He said something, yo mama, I loved it. It was beautiful. But there were some people who weren't impressed. They want languages with the inside of a language, with the genre. So I'm like, dude, I mean, one language is enough. A language with inside a language, it just gets crazy. I understand you want an extra immerse, but this is just fine for me. Hell, learning one of these is going to be hard for me. I'm find one and figure out which one I want to learn. It'll probably be the Banu, to be honest. The Banu are traders, and I really like trading. So the Banu would be a language I would learn a lot. And so that was pretty amazing how they got the linguist stuff going on. I mean, something like that, I just didn't like. Where do you begin with? Like that's what gets me. So, see all that Q&A. I wish they had this long of Q of A for the Pioneer, to be honest. Because the Pioneer needs to. Hey, there goes my homie Meyer. What's up, Meyer? Make sure y'all follow Meyer on Twitch. He's a streamer. It's my homie, man. Okay, this palette stuff, another amazing system that's in place, because each planet is going to have its own feel. Well, the ones that the artists make. We don't know how the procedural stuff is going to be, how good it's going to work, because a lot of games we see them, they work like trash. It's not good enough. No Man's Sky, where a lot of stuff looks the same. These palettes that they're using, for the art team, all these planets are gonna look so nice. Like there goes Hurston, was another planet. I think they even used it. Yeah, I think they used it in some of the space they had. Where is it? I know they showed another one. And well, there goes some of the tech. I couldn't really tell between all those. But the snow, you know, the rain, all that stuff that we're looking for. Let's see. I said this was Concept VT. I don't know why this was so blurry for me, because I remember being up watching this. I probably didn't watch it again. A lot of the other stuff I probably watched, you know, about 3 or 4 times, especially the main presentation. Different assets that they reuse, stuff like that. Oh, look at that. Look at those palettes. I mean, the palettes are just beautiful, dude. Really make those worlds lively. That's going to be a key. That's one of the key things they got to get right. And the plants, oh my God. This biodome reminds me of my Endeavor, when I can have my trees and grow my plants and stuff in them. Oh, I can't wait. Could you imagine one of these being some big old space marijuana, some big space dank in your ship? I mean, I'm seeing how big these plants can get. It's going to be so cool. I'm just glad they're going to that extent to make sure we have big plants, little plants, in between plants. I mean, botanics, that's the whole system by itself. I haven't tried this app myself yet, that weather app. You could basically check out what's going on. Now, if they implement this, I was talking to some of my friends, if you could implement this in-game and you could check what weather is what on some of these planets, obviously you're not going to be able to get every procedural planet or nothing like that. If they could, it'd be amazing. But you could go here and check, you know, what's the temperature like and the weather, if it's raining, storming, all that crazy stuff inside this app. while you're away from the game before you make some plans. I think that'd be awesome. I think that may be eventually one of the plans. I don't know if you could probably do that now. We'll see. I already made a separate video for this if you guys haven't seen it. Just beautiful shit. Matter of fact, I'm waiting for the Q&A right now. This ship just really needs, the ship needs its own Q&A, and then the whole process of base building and the mechanic needs a whole separate Q&A by itself. Yeah, I wish there was really a video for that. Now, I probably watched this about 3 times. I know I watched that part of the presentation about 3 times, trying to get to understand everything. I'm gonna say that looks familiar. That's from Nolan. All right, key speech time. Here goes the Raven that I want so bad. Won't be able to get, unfortunately. This was a long time. That's another thing. This year, I mean, they had so much. It was like a real convention. I mean, pretty soon, we may get at BlitzCon level, which will be very exciting. I mean, seeing this year to last year is like, dang, I feel so salty. I'm like, we didn't get no exclusive gun skins like they got. We didn't have no raffle chances to win anything. I mean, 150 people out of what? 600 won one of those 900D SSDs. That's just amazing. You know, I wish I had a chance to win something, but I couldn't test. We didn't have nothing to test 3.0 with. I mean, it's just, they had a much better setup than what we had last year, I can tell you that. But our corp looks so lively. Now, they went back and said not every building is going to have procedural generation. I know in the last video I said it'd be cool if you could. Well, a lot of that stuff was procedural generated, but the insides, I should say, aren't going to, not every building is going to be procedural generated, which I said I'm fine with. It doesn't need to be. To be honest, if this whole planet is like ArcCorp, which ArcCorp's probably going to be the only really city planet that's covered in city. I mean, really, how much stuff do we need to explore? I mean, really, 10-20% would be just fine. I don't need to go in every bit because then it just gets repetitive. You know, I go down the street and keep walking around my neighborhood. I mean, you got a whole bunch of houses, pretty much the same size. I mean, maybe a different room here, different room there. If I went into every house, the house is gonna look like pretty much the same house with different stuff in there. I mean, it doesn't need to get really that advanced. So I'm really cool with that. Terrapin, that was a real, like I said, real dick tease. They didn't whip that out and let us see it. It's real unfortunate. I really want to see inside that. And a lot of people didn't catch the what's the racer ship? The Razor, which I think, does he pass it up over here? I may already pass it in the footage. You would think I would know where it's at by now, as many times I watched this. But all these, I don't know if these NPCs are alive or just set pieces, because in whatchamacallit, you just see the same ships right now. In ArcCorp, it's the same ships go over. It's kind of like a time thing. But if they actually have the NPCs traveling and going through to make it more lively, I mean, that is going to be so awesome. Like, look how far off into the distance that this stuff works. I mean, just amazing. You have idiot, quote-unquote, developers who sit on Twitter all day who said this was going at 15 frames a second. Are you serious? I mean, that's just like motherfucker throwing an egg at you right in your face and saying, no, we didn't throw no egg. Like, what? I just watched you. I seen it with my own eyes. Like, I'm seeing with my own eyes, this is not 15 frames. I mean, just to think people are that stupid like you, it's just, it's unreal. But this demo has a lot of people jumped on the bandwagon. I know one of my buddies, he been trying to get his cousin to play this game. We showed him this footage, and he was like, whoa, this looks dope. I mean, there's a lot of people that's seen it. I just talked to a guy at Best Buy the other day. He said he seen this demo. He was like pretty much sold. Like, this is the demo that you would show to get someone in Star Citizen. Right here. All those other ones and Buggy Mess, forget that. This is the hotness. That's why I'm not too mad about Intel, you know, coming in with the exclusive ship and stuff. I mean, I understand it's a business and everything's not going to be fun and roses, you know, but if we get stuff like this type of quality, it's got to be there. I'm sorry, it just has to. Cause this demo got a lot of people on board. Oh, this space station, man, this was so cool. I mean, just him looking down and hearing how nervous they were. But I was hoping he would like go down in the atmosphere. I'm gonna try all this stuff out in game anyways, but just to go down the atmosphere, see if you burn up going down. But it looked like he should have failed instead of just kind of, you know, float. But that type of stuff is probably gonna be in, you know, jetpacks. I don't know if it's gonna have those. What are they called? I don't want to call them wingsuits. The wingsuits where, you know, they come out and fly. Maybe we have a futuristic version of that. If you jump down from space like that, I mean, I think that'd be pretty cool. Even on PlanetSide, if you're on a high-ass mountain, I think Ghost Recon Wildlands did it. It was just so convenient to get down instead of crawl your ass all the way down. So that'd be something I hope they, you know, consider in the future. That tech was just beautiful. Let's get to Hurston, because Hurston is looking better than what I thought. This is like a factory planet. Now, something on a small scale, well, you know, it's still a decent sized city. It's pretty big. Something like this, it'd be cool if every inside building or building from this, whatever. I'm hungry and I'm not thinking right. I just woke up. But everything inside these buildings should be explorable. I mean, I think that's where all the interior stuff you should be able to see in this. I'm hoping in something like this area, I would like everything explorable. But something like ArcCorp, I mean, how many planets are going to be filled the whole thing with cities? I mean, not that many. I think that's the only planet that is like that. Could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, we're not going to see that many looking like that. Look how beautiful this is. The monorail system. And someone in my last video said they didn't see procedural roads. They covered that in ATV. There will be procedural roads as well. They did that like months ago. So that's there. The buildings are there. I mean, it's just the monorail system, which they may not be operational right now. They may just be like little set pieces. But hey, hell, all you got to do is work on the insides and the system, the drop-off points. It shouldn't be that hard to get in, even though I'm not a developer. But as long as they got this main part on the rail system, it's basically there. I can see a lot of these annoying. Hopefully these NPCs aren't annoying like the ones in Grand Theft Auto, because those bastards will run you over. I'm not gonna lie, the Aurora looks real good in the inside. It's just when it comes outside, that's when it's like, ugh. But you know, it's one of those, like seeing this in this demo, I'm kind of glad they showed this to the main public, because a lot of people are gonna be starting off with this shit. I mean, you don't feel really left out compared to someone with a big ship. You could go, travel, boom, get out, explore, just like any other ship in this game. So they use the base ship, and it just goes further up that, you know, you could do this with any ship. So I'm kind of glad they did use an Aurora for this demo. Even though we know that you'd be able to do this, but some of the, you know, the general public may not know. Look at that. This is just beautiful. I mean, next year, I expect a next year SitCon. That'll be probably somewhere between like 4.0 with all this stuff. Because if people think this is coming like 3.1, 3.2, this is like some 4.0 shit right here. I expect this to be out like sometime around next year SitCon, and then we'll be moving into beta 2019. Release 2020. That's my hopes, because you know, seeing all this tech, they got the assets, they got everything. They just got to tone it up, make sure it runs good, get the bugs at this point. That's it. The tech is there, and that's all everybody, a lot of everybody who, that's all they want to see. Make sure it's there, the network stuff, and it's on and popping. That's it. Now, where are those, yeah, see, 4.0, I expect animals, aliens, stuff like this in 4.0. That's what I'm hoping for. So we should probably see that at next year's SitCon, and that's when they're probably going to tell us, like, hey, look, here's, you know, beta, blah, 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 all that cool stuff. Because this is just, like, one piece of it, which I'm kind of upset he didn't shoot. I want to see some of these get shot down or attacked. something crazy I always wanted to do, but I always put everything to the test for myself. But okay, that's it for the the sitcom recap and some of the stuff that I thought about was just awesome. I've been watching a lot of stuff over and over. But one last thing, the media bias. Okay, this amazing tech that we're looking at right now should have been on every website, front page news. The first thing I see was Polygon. Oh yeah, they showed us procedural cities, but still no release date. Motherfucker, they just dropped procedural cities. You just blew over that. They just blew over it. But then these are the same people who get hyped for Destiny or games that aren't even proven yet. Something like, what was that game? Anthem, which was probably all smoke and mirrors. It looked good in the E3 demo. I guarantee you it won't be that fun probably when it comes out. And there may be a slight chance because it's BioWare, but we all know what BioWare is now because of EA. So I don't have that much trust in BioWare anymore. But this was procedural city tech. And there's not that many people who've been covered. I haven't seen IGN. It's just been like a blackout of media not covering this. I mean, Game Informer did. Game Informer usually does a good job covering Star Citizen. I haven't seen nothing really too negative from them. I'm pretty sure PC Gamer, did something. They kind of turned a new leaf once they CIG start opening up to them. That was always open, but I guess they opened themselves up to CIG for interviews and stuff like that, and they've been getting behind the scenes look and all that, so they've been getting a little better. But for the most part, this wasn't on like Kotaku, like some of the main sites. I did not see none of this tech cover, and it just amazes me that people could just ignore something like this. I mean, even if you're a hater, you can only hope that tech like this gets you in a game. If I'm playing one of them other space games that ain't up to par with this, I'm hoping like, damn, I'm going on the forums. Hey, can y'all get some of this procedural tech that Star Citizen's doing? We need that. Like, what's the holdup? I mean, I seen one game, I ain't gonna say no names. It was one little city, not even the size of Hurston that we seen, I believe. That, you go in, park your shit, you can't get out. You can't go shopping, you stuck in your ship. Can't do any of that. And it was just one little section on the whole planet. And here you go, a whole city planet. Some built with art, most of it built with procedural stuff, procedural tech. It's beautiful, and I understand why people. It's just a media blackout. It boggles my mind. It's why I kind of wish they would have showed this at Gamescom, but it probably would have got brushed under even more at Gamescom. I mean, these media outlets have the chance to say something good about Star Citizen, but they don't. That it would have been some bullshit. They would have covered it. Some drama, they would have covered it right away. And people say, oh, they had the right to make fun of it because this game has been late, it's been delayed, and blah, blah, blah. 3.0 has been delayed. 3.0 was supposed to come out last year. Squadron 42 was supposed to come out last year. So that's what we could poke fun at. But just make sure you have that same energy with these other games that get delayed and overhyped. Like something like The Last Guardian, which just came out last year, took almost 10 years to develop, and it does nothing really special at all. It brought nothing new to the table. Look that game up on PS4. Delays, people had that pre-order for years. Nothing. And everyone's talking about the release date with this game. Oh, it's supposed to come out 2014. They gave us an estimate release date. An estimate. Matter of fact, I'm going to read something from you guys off the forums of, what's that space game? Infinity, I think it's Infinity Galactic or something like that. I once backed it, but they're having this same, quote unquote estimate problem that, Star Citizen's having, because people look at the definition of estimate and an actual release date. That's what you need to look. A delivery date and estimate date. Construction workers give estimate date. Construction companies, oh, we could maybe estimate, blah, blah, blah at this time. No construction's pretty much done on time. It's rare. It usually gets stretched out. All my Kickstarter projects, all of them have estimates. I could go down the list. I probably backed over 50 crowdfunding projects on Indiegogo and Kickstarter. Not one ever delivered on that estimate. So when I bought into this game, I already knew it wasn't going to come out when they said it was. I'm like, nah, especially when I seen the tech and the stretch goals, I'm like, dog, this game's going to take like 6-7 years. But some dude said on, well, Nova Studios, I forgot the game they make, whatever. Do I have access to my build or not? I backed 60 and said to be given access to beta around April 2017. Now you're saying alpha is maybe going to release this year. Check this out. The studio replied, Nova Studios, the dates that were given were estimations, not hard promises. And we've been pretty open with our delays and the state of the game. Every week we post an update where we detail our progress, what's going on in our schedules, so the current situation should come as no surprise to anybody. We asked feedback from the community a few months ago, and the conclusion that was collectively reached was that it would be unfair to alpha testers that haven't received their full alpha access yet to let beta testers in when they pledged at higher level despite the delays. Unfortunately, delays happen, especially when you're a small indie team like us that don't have a big budget to start with and have a pretty ambitious project. We're working very diligently on the game. I personally put 70 hours a week, and we keep everybody informed regularly. So don't worry. I don't know how he wrote it. Something I didn't screenshot it right. So don't worry. Your turn will come. The feedback we get from the dev tier access testers so far is very good. So please bear with it for a little longer, and thanks for your support. So I'm glad I read that from another studio and not CIG, because it's not only, you know, a problem that CIG has. It's a crowdfunding, you know, these are starter companies. Not everyone in this game, a battle, whatever, I'm gonna get the name. I'll put the name of it in the description. They built the engine for over 10 years. You know, they built up to this and then went to crowdfunding. So they were actually a little more ahead of the curve than Star Citizen was. I mean, how many people did Star Citizen start off with when it went into crowdfunding? What, 10 people maybe? It wasn't a lot. And now, in 2017, we're at what, 450-something devs? They didn't start off with that. You know, and the ambition was way less than what it is now. So, Star Citizen was never delayed because it never had a real, you know, date. The time they said it's coming out on such and such date, and they delay it, then we can start talking delays. Like when Rockstar delays games all the time, which it always happens. Rockstar, I can't remember the last Rockstar game that came out on time. Red Dead Redemption 2 already got delayed until next year. That's how the game goes. With Rockstar, we know they're going to drop a quality product. People know Chris drops, you know, quality products. I never played a Chris Roberts game, so I don't know. I got to go off, you know, hearsay, what people said. Oh, yeah, you know, his games are good. So Squadron Void 2 is going to be my first single-player experience from Chris. I kept up with the updates, watched the scope, did a little research on games and how long they develop and making this new tech. That's why I don't get pissy. Now, I am pissy that we're a year late on 3.0. We were supposed to get it last year. Look where we're at. I mean, it may come to PTU before the end of the year, but everyone else, if you're not a subscriber or concierge, you're not part of that PTU wave. You know, and it kind of sucks. Last year, Squadron 42 was supposed to drop. Nothing. And that said 2016 on the website. It wasn't a hard date, but you knew. I was like, okay, it's going to come out eventually this year. Never did. That sucks. So, I just wanted to inform you guys and let you guys know what I've been seeing. I don't know if you guys been seeing the, you know, some of the bias stuff and all that other stupid idiot stuff. But you guys have a blessed day. I'm about to hurry up, go get me something to eat. I may actually stream later on, not sure. But you guys have a blessed day. And one more thing, Star Citizen.